Welcome back to the channel, family. So in this video, I'm gonna talk about mentorship in trucking, or some things you should consider as you're looking around for mentorship in trucking. So obviously there are people that figure out what they're trying to do in trucking without any mentorship. They just go through it and kind of just figure it out as they go. But I know a lot of people, myself included, as we make decisions, as we make moves, as we make transitions, as we change positions, all of that good stuff, we see value in having good mentorship around us to give us some guidance and help us try to avoid some of the more common mistakes, okay? And I say us as I'm talking about that because I've always saw immense value in having good mentorship around you, especially in this trucking profession. I've been fortunate enough to have, I have a lot of family members around me that drive trucks. Most of them are independents. Most of them have their own trucks. I have a few family members, mentors that are also company drivers. I also have a few mentors that I reach out to that are not family members, but they're just relationships that I've established over the last few years of driving a truck. All of my mentors, this is, I guess, kind of the first thing that I think an individual should consider as they're looking around for mentorship. All of my mentors serve different purposes. That's probably the wrong way to put it because that makes it sound like I'm using my mentors. All of my mentors help me in different ways, okay? So here's the point that I want you to get. The first thing to consider. It's highly unlikely that any one person that you're going to come across is going to be able to help you with everything that you yourself specifically are trying to do or accomplish in trucking. And I would say that doesn't matter what point that you're at in trucking, whether you're just getting in, just getting your CDL, looking to find the right company to get hooked up with, or you're looking to get into getting your own truck. I don't think it really matters much where you are in trucking. It's highly unlikely that you're gonna find anybody that can or one person that can actually help you out with everything. And so it's good to have different mentors around you. Now, the reason I'm talking about this is because the weirdest thing for me to understand that I didn't understand at first when it came to mentorship is that what I just shared with you, that one person couldn't help me out with everything. And so I found myself in some cases asking essentially the wrong person a question. And then there was always this weird feeling because obviously the individual would be trying to help me. So they would be trying to answer my question, but I'm asking them a question that is dealing with the subject that they're not familiar with. And I don't understand enough about the profession to know that this individual knows what he knows to do what he's trying to do, but he may not know about what I'm asking him about, which is helping me do what I'm trying to do. I hope you guys understand that, okay? So essentially now, like I have mentors around me that are basically one mentor. I might contact one mentor to learn more about wood chips, the freight that I'm hauling. I might contact another mentor to learn more about how the broker that's brokering my loads works, so I know what to expect in the future. I might contact another mentor to learn more about my truck, the mechanical operation of my truck. I might contact another mentor to find out what I got to do to be able to go across the border and do chip work. I might talk to another mentor to find out about doing other work other than chip work. I might talk to another mentor about owning my own truck and what tags to get. The point that I want you to understand is I've learned from firsthand experience that there's different situations where if I ask one mentor all of these questions that involve me putting together my particular strategy, they may not know. Okay. Again, I'm fortunate enough to be dealing with close relatives and family members that pretty much will share the information with me that I'm looking for pretty much freely. But you may be dealing with a mentor or someone that may not be willing to share information with you freely. There are a lot of people in trucking like that don't that don't feel too good about essentially, quote unquote, giving you the goods. And I guess that kind of comes from a feeling of not wanting to create competition for themselves, right? They don't want to give you everything, because then it's like, now you're competing with me. Now I'm giving you, you know what I mean, the stuff that I'm giving you food off my plate, essentially. I think there are people that do feel like that, and there's nothing wrong with that, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. But the point that you need to understand is, when you're dealing with mentorship, if you are dealing with an individual that's not giving you everything that you want, the information that you're looking for whatever reason, okay, whether they don't know or whether they don't want to give you too much food off of their plate, doesn't matter. You can ask them 1 or 2 questions that deal with you putting together what you're trying to put together. A couple of nonchalant questions. And then you can go to another mentor and ask them just a couple of more questions to help you put together what you're trying to put together. And you can go to someone else to ask them a couple of more questions to help you put together what you're trying to put together. You can approach it from that way. And I found that when I instead of going to one mentor and asking them so many questions, because they'll start getting leery about giving you the information. I guess they just feel like they're giving you too much. Just ask them a couple of questions, and then go to somebody else to get the other information that you want to. So again, I want you to, the thing that you need to consider in that is having more than one mentor, and having more than one mentor that is knowledgeable in more than one area. Obviously, for me, one of the closest mentors that I've had to me has been my pop, has been my dad. But it's weird, because I have noticed that there are certain things, I've always felt that there are certain things that I've asked my pop that he doesn't know, or wasn't either willing to share with me or couldn't share with me. But I just didn't know how to deal with that. It's like, why is he not sharing this information with me? And for whatever reason, it just helped me to deal with it better when I came to the conclusion that, you know what, I don't need to be dependent on my pop to get all of the information that I'm trying to get. And no one person can give me all of the information that I'm trying to get to accomplish the goals that I'm specifically trying to accomplish in trucking. I was speaking to a friend of mine that let me know this same relationship with his dad, which is also a long-time trucker. He's like, man, it was difficult for me to realize and understand, but eventually I came to the conclusion that my dad just cannot help me with everything that I'm trying to do in my personal trucking career. So he kind of validated that, you know, I the same thing that I was going through, or some of the stuff that I was going through with my pop, as far as feeling like I couldn't get the information from my mentor that I wanted. Again, my mentor was my dad, and I was less inclined to think that he wasn't willing to share the information with me. But I'm bringing that up to you right now in this video, because you may be dealing with a mentor that, for whatever reason, doesn't feel comfortable with sharing all the information with you. It doesn't matter. You don't need to be looking at having one mentor. You need to be looking at having multiple mentors that can help you, that can definitely help you in different areas. Again, you can make it through trucking, all aspects of it, without any really intense mentorship. But mentorship, as far as I'm concerned, has proved immensely valuable. Like, from everything from being able to figure out information about registering my truck, if it comes to that, or heavy highway use information, or lining up work, or picking out a trailer, or, you know, being able to call somebody and put them right on Messenger and show them what's going on with my truck, so they can say, oh, hey, the problem is here, the problem is there, take out this bolt, take out that bolt. That has been extremely valuable, right? So if you can put that together for yourself, it's gonna help you. It's probably gonna help you out a whole lot in your trucking career, in your trucking journey. So as far as I'm concerned, no matter where you are, you definitely need to be looking at always expanding your network, okay, in this trucking profession. Because again, it's gonna help you. It's gonna help you out in the long run. And your network doesn't need to just be about getting information from people. It needs to also be about giving information to people, and it also needs to be about just building a relationship with people in general, because nobody is gonna really want to deal with you if every time you call them, all you want is information from them, and you're really not bringing anything to the table, and you're really not interested in engaging in a relationship with them either. So it really, networking to me, as far as I'm concerned, is key in this business, is key in this industry. Meeting new people that can, or aligning yourself with people where the relationship is mutually beneficial. They get something from it and you get something from it, and then nurturing those relationships. Like, that's an old-fashioned, that's an old school business building tip right there. And to me, it'll work in any industry, in any line of work that anybody is looking to do. Network, get out, meet people, be strategic. Don't just go out and look to meet anybody. Be strategic in the people you look to align yourself with, and look for relationships that create mutual benefits, and then do what you need to do to nurture those relationships, meaning stay in contact with those people. Look for creative ways to stay in contact with those people, share value with them, give value to them, build a relationship, express the desire to build a relationship with them, and also keep in front of them what it is that you're looking to do, and what it is that you can potentially help them with. So many people are not used to not used to forging relationships where people ask them, what can I help you with? Right? Keep that in mind when you are forming your strategic alliances with people. That'll surprise the hell out of an individual, or out of a company, or out of somebody, when you don't just look to get from them and say, well, this is what I need, but to also ask them and be genuinely interested in, is there anything I can do to help you? What are your goals? What can I do to help you? So to me, that's what it's all about. I know that sounds cliche, but that to me will go far. That will help you go farther in your trucking career, virtually, than any of the other stuff that you can spend, that you could potentially spend your time doing as you're building your trucking career. Hope you guys got value from this video. Again, I know the advice was pretty much cliche, but in trucking, it really is important. Your network does help to determine your net worth in this business, from what I can tell.